Let me get this straight. A movie that parodies how pointless and bad spin-offs are is one of the best spin-offs I've ever seen. Paradox! Hello and welcome to my requested review of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, starring Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. This review is requested by limegreensquid. First off, I would like to thank limegreensquid for the request of this review, and I checked out his channel. He's just kind of a random ranter guy. He seems like he has a pretty entertaining personality, so if you want to check out his channel, I will put the link in the underbar. That being said, let's jump right into Jay and Silent Bob, the spin-off strikes back. Plot of this movie is extraordinarily simple. It centers on our two titular stoners, Jay and Silent Bob, who figure out that there's a movie being made out of these two comic characters named Bluntman and Chronic that are based on them, and they're not getting any money for it. They're also finding out that random internet bloggers are saying bad things about them, so being more concerned about that, they go to LA to stop the movie from being made. Now I gotta say, I was kind of dreading this one, honestly, because I'm not a big Kevin Smith fan. I've only seen a couple of his movies. I've seen Clerks 2, and I've seen Dogma, and I was kind of lukewarm on both of them, honestly. Dogma was kind of funny, but not really. And I have to say, one of the most annoying aspects of both of those movies was Jay and Silent Bob. So to watch a whole movie about them, not really what I was looking forward to doing. But man, oh man, I gotta say, this was such a pleasant surprise. This Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is one of the funniest movies I've watched in a while. And there's one simple reason for that, and that is because this movie is almost criminally self-aware of just how pointless it is, and it makes that the entire crux of the movie's humor. There is so much meta humor in here, so much fourth wall jokes. It's just great. I love that kind of humor, and I love how Kevin Smith is basically addressing the pointlessness of spin-offs by making the most pointless possible spin-off. This movie is just a series of great fourth wall gags, pop cultural stuff, and just really entertaining cameos that just mesh together to make a really funny and entertaining package. For the first time, I actually found Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith as these two characters to be somewhat likable. I find Jay to be a little annoying personally just because I'm not a big fan of the whole fake Keanu Reeves deal. But Silent Bob, I think, is absolutely hilarious. Just his facial expressions are just enough to carry Jay alone. And Bob has an outburst in this movie that made me laugh for minutes at a time. It was just so out of nowhere and so funny that it'll make you laugh, the chemistry between these two guys. And I gotta say, everybody in the cast really committed to the comedy in this film. Especially, I gotta say, the highlight cameo in the movie for me was Ben Affleck, playing not only a character who is a big fan of Ben Affleck's movies, but also himself. And the movie just has a great way of kind of getting these stars to parody their own career. And I just find that really funny. Like, I know it's silly, but just like watching Ben Affleck go like, yeah, I like that Ben Affleck guy. He was really good at Good Will Hunting. Like, I find that stuff funny. It's so random and stupid. There's so much just like random fourth wall stoner type humor. There's a scene in here where they just run into stoner versions of the Scooby-Doo gang. Yeah, you heard me right. They're like the Scooby-Doo gang, and then they start cussing at each other and bouncing in the mystery machine, getting naked and all that. It's like a Scooby-Doo orgy. I find that stuff kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. This ain't the most sophisticated movie in the world, but it is funny, and that does a lot for it. I really did enjoy this film from start to finish. My only real problem with it is that it, like most comedies, it gets a little bogged down in the love story that they felt they had to shove in. I get that that's maybe the point Kevin Smith's trying to make, but it kind of takes over the comedy, because I feel like this movie's at its strongest when it's taking advantages of the celebrities that are in it, like some more that are great are Will Ferrell and Chris Rock and all them. It's best when it's taking advantage of them. When we're actually focusing on the story that's going on, it's not as good. But overall, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was one of the most pleasantly surprising movies I've seen in a long time. I gotta say, I laughed consistently throughout this movie. which is really hard for me to do, and it was just a great release and just very, very funny. So I gotta give it 3 out of 4 stars. It's a very enjoyable film, and even if you don't like some of Kevin Smith's other movies, you should check this one out because it may change your mind. So tell me in the comment box below, what is the most insane reason that you would have to travel across the country? And that was my review of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can request a review. And until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike.